Okay, welcome to this strand grapple guide, just so that you can push your skill ceiling and learn something about how to grapple better. So first I'll start off with the reach of your grapple. If there's nothing obstructing it, your grapple will reach up to 20 meters. Here I am at the center of C. I grapple over here, and it is about 20 meters away from C, between both of them. And the maximum distance you can be away from these tangles, just so that you can re-grapple to them, is 30 meters away. So you have a little bit more reach when there's a tangle or web that you're grappling to. The next step you want to learn is strand speed. So strand speed is given to you once you see that white ring around your screen appear. That means you have strand speed, and you can use this to perform a grapple melee, or to perform an extended slide, like that. To perform the extended slide, you need to be sprinting into your grapple, like this. If you don't start your grapple with a sprint, you'll just do this, which won't give you enough to be able to do the extended slide. From whatever state you're in, whenever you grapple and you're holding forward, once you land, it will automatically put you into a sprinting. So keep that in mind if you're trying to fire, but the moment you land, it puts you in a sprinting, and then you'll end up losing a gunfight, so try not to fall into that. You want to usually get into the habit of sprinting into your grapple though, just so that you can use it for an extended slide. So the next thing you want to learn is your aerial strafe, which is this, being able to know how to move around with the grapple. It's basically all relative to the direction you're strafing in and the pull of the grapple, so no matter what, it'll always pull you towards it, but your strafe can still be directed away from it. And this is useful to get down whenever you're trying to get a better angle, and not just go directly towards the grapple instead. It isn't simply just by the direction of where your camera's facing, it is mostly by the direction of where you're strafing. Next thing I want to teach you is the difference between a low grapple and a high grapple. So this is still a considerably low grapple because it's near the floor. Low grapples are for things like tangles whenever an enemy drops it when they die. And these are really useful for being able to have fast movement around a small area on the map, so that you can just keep chaining these extended slides or grapple melees into each other. But then you have a high grapple, which is much farther up in the sky. These are good for getting a far distance with your grapple, instead of just fast speed around a small area. You can still sort of have it with a high grapple, but what high grapple doesn't have benefits for is the fact that it sort of peaks you above cover. So let's say I want to use this grapple, but still want to use this as cover, and want to use it around to slide. Grappling onto it will lift me up and out of cover, so it's easy to shoot me, and it also increases the amount of time you're in the air. So you just gotta choose whether or not you want distance, or if you want something more for speed. These tangles will only last 15 seconds whenever you grapple onto them. The interactable ones, though, will last for 20 seconds. However, for both of them, whenever you grapple, it will not refresh the timer. It overrides the timer to 15 seconds. So for the tangle that drops, if it drops and it has a 20-second cooldown, if you grapple onto it immediately, it will override the cooldown from 20 seconds to immediately 15-second timer. But these normal webs, the ones that hunters can create, always are on a 15-second timer, so it's basically refreshing the timer on them. And if you have something like Thread of Ascent, this is really helpful to sort of keep track of how much time is left on a certain grapple. Whoops. So you don't really have to keep a mental note about it. You can just use Thread of Ascent to keep in mind how long a grapple has been until you need to re-grapple onto it again to refresh. And then the next thing I'll teach you is the buffs that you get when grappling. So there's obviously Thread of Ascent, but that's Fragment, but there's something else you get out of grappling, and that is Jump Refresh. Now your Jump Refresh does not occur when you grapple, it occurs after you ungrapple. So as you see, I'll use my double jump here, and I'll spam my jump now, but it doesn't allow me to jump again until after I ungrapple, as you can see. And this allows you to do some things like this, which is just floating around and just hopping in the air. Now the thing to note about this is it only refreshes one jump at a time. So it's something like triple jump here. We use both of our jumps. I re-grapple, ungrapple, and it only gives me one jump. But if I use both and then grapple twice, it'll give me both of them back. But if I only grapple once, it'll only give me one jump back. Which is why even in PvE, strafe jump is usually better to be using than triple jump. So you should probably use strafe jump. A small little tactic you can use is this, where you jump, cancel it, and then you get your jump back, so it's like a pseudo triple jump, sorta. And then the next thing, and the last one, is probably the one you'll most need to get down, which is the grapple cancel. Now there's many ways to cancel it, which is you can use an ability, like an air move, or a melee ability to cancel it, or using a gun attack to cancel it. Now, all of those grapple cancels are good, but it means once you're done with, or if you grapple cancel through those, you won't be able to perform the extended slide because it'll remove you from holding slide. But what you can do, however, is things like swapping weapons. You'll still get your extended slide, or if you jump cancel it, you'll still get the extended slide. Or, which you'll probably want to get down normally, is just manually ungrappling by pressing the grenade button again. It'll still let you keep your extended slide. So, understanding those will help you really move around grapple a lot faster. And I think that's it, maybe? Yeah, I think that's it on all the grapple basics that I've figured out so far in my labbing experience. But I think that's it with the labbing report. I hope this helps you expand your knowledge on grapple and push the skill ceiling a little bit more.